Hello, everybody. Welcome to the White Tiger Tarot. Thank you so much for being with me here today. I'm looking forward to our reading. This pick a card is an open message from Spirit. Okay, so I really have no idea what the subject matter will be on. It is going to be totally up to Spirit in the specific message that they have for you at this time. I'm not picking any particular subject, so it's kind of what you, I guess, need to hear most at this time, but it is totally open. And so I will be able to read as I go. But as always on this channel, Spirit is guiding us from beginning to end. I do not pre-plan, pre-pick any cards, any decks for any of the piles. I allow Spirit to guide me in each and every pile in the moment so that it is completely customized and personalized for you and your message. Okay, so with that being said, I will give you guys some time to meditate on your cards, and I will see you in your pile. Hello, pile number one. Welcome to your reading. This is your open message from Spirit. So you guys chose this green bloodstone, okay? And the pile, or the deck that you guys chose is the archetype. It's called specifically the pocket archetype, or the wild unknown archetype. This is the pocket version. All right, so before we get into everything, I'm going to shuffle this deck, get you guys your first couple oracle cards. Then Spirit is going to guide me to the rest of the decks that we're going to use in your reading today. I will then shuffle all of the decks that they choose, grab all your cards, and we'll go from there. Okay, so for my pile number ones. Okay, so we have the archetype of the Queen. All right, any more? Or should we continue on? Okay, there is more out of this deck. And there it goes, rolling down. The Creator. Beautiful. These together kind of give me Empress vibes. All right, but before I begin to interpret your cards, I want to get more cards out. Just to get a more full message. Okay, so I'm going to be guided now to the rest of your decks here that we're going to use. Okay. Everything. Okay. All right, so now we're just going to shuffle. Okay, there it is. Wheel of Fortune. Okay, that flipped out right away. So we'll just put that there. Okay, these two. Okay, this one flipped over as well. So you got two tens, 10, 10. Right out the gate. Wow, okay. Any more? These two. 3. Ooh. Final deck here. Okay. All right. So I'm going to fill the table, and when that's filled, if there's leftover cards, I will save them for when you need them. Okay. All right, so you have the Wheel of Fortune, you have the 10 of Swords, you have the 8 of Swords, or sorry, 10 of Wands, and you have the 8 of Swords with interference. Okay. We have guilt. We have impatience. The 9 of Wands. Ace of Wands. I'm going to put these up here so we can use all the space. King of Swords. Ace of Pentacles. Justice. Queen of Swords. Okay, I think we're going to stop here. Put your cards right here. Now I'm going to take a look at this. 1 second. All right. So it's interesting because you guys, I'm going to start with you, who you are as a person, okay? Kind of what you're going through or what you're doing right now, dealing with. So you guys are very much a talented person, okay? You are also a leader in some way. Someone who can lead their own business, someone who's extremely creative, who's extremely talented in what you're passionate about. Okay? You have been in a time, and you may still be in this time, okay, where in your work or within your business partnerships or projects, you have been carrying most of the load. You have been carrying a large burden. Even the burdens, and maybe this is in your, relationship, in your marriage, okay, could definitely be that for some. But you have been carrying most of the burden in some dynamic here, okay, where you're taking on more than you should, okay? And we see this here. We see it here, right? But this is the end, okay? This is trying to end in your life, all right? This is, it's like no more. You have been carrying too much. Someone else has been maybe profiting or benefiting from you overburdening yourself, okay? And I really feel like with these two cards here, this could definitely be a boss. This could definitely be a partner. This could definitely be a parent. There is some kind of dynamic where this person's in a power position. I mean, this could be your business partner too, where maybe they believe they have more power in this dynamic, okay? And they're trying to get one over on you because I think you're a very, very kind person here. Look, this person, look, she's an angel. She'll do anything to help people out, but she is also chained by this very fact, okay? Because this person here is her business partner. It's her friend, right? Who then decides one day she wants to dissolve the business, and she wants to take a bunch of profits out of what they've made. But this lady has been doing all of the work. And so she stands up and she says, no, okay, she stands up for herself, which might be something out of the ordinary for her. She's just like, has had it. Like, what do you mean you want to dissolve the business? You haven't done anything. Okay, so, even if that's not the exact situation for you, she is unchaining herself, Eight of Swords, okay, feeling burdened, feeling stuck, feeling limited, okay, by speaking the truth, by confronting or being honest, okay, by using the speech, Queen of Swords, by being upfront and honest about the realness of the situation of, look, I've been taking on most of the burden here. What do you mean? You can walk away, but you're not taking any of the profits because you haven't done anything. You don't deserve the profits. Okay, so same could go for, let's say you're working for somebody. Okay, you take on majority of the work. Maybe this is in a business, or you're just at a job, right? And maybe you take on a lot of your boss's work, right? And a lot of other people, especially your boss, benefit from this, but it keeps you limited and overburdened, and you're not getting any extra perks. You're not getting a raise, right? And so you feel like trapped, and you're like, I don't know what to do here. Like, I've maybe asked for a raise, or maybe you haven't, and maybe that's what you need to do. Or, and what I think is the right thing to do, send your resume out, okay, to other people, other companies, look around for other partnerships, other interests, other investors, other employers, okay? Because this person is taking advantage of their position, okay? Which is leaving you feeling trapped and stuck. And you overburdened with the work. Okay. So, and yeah, it's almost like you're doing this because you almost don't want to, I don't know if it's there's the impatience here, right? So it's like, are you impatient with, I don't want to put out the work to interview other people, or go through the job search process again. I just want to kind of have this thing now, even though it's not the real thing, or even though it's not satisfying me in the true way. Okay, it's almost like you've been given a consolation prize. Okay, something that almost acts like the real thing, or kind of resembles what you want, but it's not the thing that you want, because there's limitation here. There is someone here that's taking advantage of a situation that's not allowing you, and allowing this project or this thing or this idea, this creation, to be what it truly is, or to become what it truly can become. Okay? Or for you to be appreciated and embodied truly for who you are. Okay? Justice is here to say, look at this. Girl, take off the heels, okay? Look, you need to chill. You need to relax. You need to take care of yourself. Okay, you need to do what is best for you. You need to put the burdens down, okay, because you do not need to work this hard. You do not need to overwork, because there is a situation, or there is a person, okay, that is going to help you, that is going to actually be a fair partnership, who is actually going to appreciate you, and who's actually going to help this project, or improve and get to where you want to be, get this thing to where you want it to be, get your career to where you want it to be. Okay, the Wheel of Fortune is saying here, it is time. There's a big cycle ending in your life where you are doing way too much. Okay, you are being taken advantage of in some way, and it's not okay. So you need to stand up for yourself, know what you deserve, and say, either, speak up and be completely honest, and that might lead to, I'm quitting, or I'm leaving this partnership because it's not fair. And therefore then you go out and search for someone or something that is a fair partnership, that is going to actually help, who's going to actually take on the same amount of burden as you, so that we can both feel justified, so that we can both have time to have fun and relax, and I actually feel like I'm not so tired at the end of the day. I feel satisfied. I feel like I've done my part, and someone else is doing their part, and it feels good. It feels cohesive. It feels fair. Okay? So the Wheel of Fortune's here to say this is shifting. This is changing. Okay, you have a talent, and you have two cards of new beginning, okay? You have a new beginning here that is coming in to say, this is the real thing. Okay, this is something bigger than this. All right, it's something bigger. It's something you're more passionate about. It's something you're going to feel more comfortable in. You're going to feel more supported in. Okay, you won't feel so heavy and overloaded and exhausted. All right. This person, whoever this is interfering with you, is interfering with your life or your career or your passion, this thing. And they're making you believe that you have something of great value when it's something not what you deserve, not the real deal, okay? It's just a merely like almost like a cheap imitation of what you could actually be achieving or doing. All right. So there is something new here, that with the promise of you saying no and ending this. It might just end on its own. Everyone's going to be different, but there is definitely advice here to speak up. Queen of Swords with this guilt card, to speak up, to speak your truth, to someone, into a situation of this isn't fair for me. I'm not doing this anymore. I'm not putting up with this anymore. I've been doing so much more than I need to. I'm going to put the feelers out in a different way. I'm going to apply to other things. Okay. And it's going to make you feel so much lighter. Okay. So much more balance. There needs to be more balance in this, in this situation, in this creation, in this job, in this work, in this partnership, whatever it is. Okay, and so there's a big shift, Wheel of Fortune, in your favor for fortune. Okay, and something that, a new opportunity, a new beginning that is going to be much bigger, much better, much more of the real thing that you wanted, because you deserve it. And you don't deserve to be chained up to something that isn't the thing. It's not appreciating you. It's not valuing you and your work and your heart and your, selflessness, and you willing to put in this work. It's like literally being wasted on this thing or this person who's just like taking advantage. And meanwhile, it's like it's much smaller than they're making it out to seem. Like they're much smaller. The situation, this job is so much smaller, and the pay is so much smaller than you could be getting. Okay, but they're making it seem like, oh, this is this big opportunity. Oh, it's this great thing. It's like, no, the signals are getting crossed here. The message is not true. It's getting interfered by this person. And they're kind of using their intellect to trick, okay, to take advantage, okay, because I think they can feel that you have a good heart, okay. All right, we're going to pull out the rest of your cards. Covenant, sacred contract. And we have justice. We have the King of Swords. Sacred contract. Okay. You might be signing some new contracts. Okay, there's like, it's a renewal. This could be a landlord. This could be your living situation that's not fair. Okay, that could be part of it. But yeah, there's new contracts being signed. There is a new job contract, there is new things coming in. Okay, for a new cycle where it's like old contracts are now being void. Root girl, the disowned self. And we have Dragon's Hoard, protecting the future. Okay. I haven't come across these two before, so I'm going to read those two. Then I'll get what the full message is here, and then we'll move on to these. Commitment, sacred contract to the greater good. You are being invited now by the universe to enter into a sacred contract. The covenant card may also be a call to recognize that an ancient agreement you made with spirit needs to be renewed or canceled and torn up. Is an opportunity showing up right now that is full of promise, but you are unable to sign and seal the deal and commit to it. The reason is that it needs to be elevated to a sacred covenant. A covenant must be founded on the truth, not your truth or his truth or her truth, but a greater truth that takes the destiny of all into account. The covenant is not about your agenda only. Spirit must be invited to come to the table as a guarantor of the good faith of all, and to assure that the direction you are embarking in will be for the greater good. It's important that you understand what you're signing up for. Be sure to read the fine print, so as not to commit to something that you will soon regret, or that you will compromise your integrity. Do not hesitate to put all your own cards on the table so that your motives and desires are transparent and nothing is left in darkness. When shadow elements remain hidden, the covenant breaks down and becomes a contract within an unspoken dark side that is inevitably fulfilled. Okay. Dragon's Hoard, protecting the future, legacy, true riches. In the Dragon's Hoard, jewels and precious objects scatter the ground, while ancient scrolls inscribed with the wisdom teachings lie within reach. This is a rich opportunity, and you can fill your satchel with the treasures you like best. Take the gifts offered you and dedicate them to the well-being of all, beginning with your own. But beware, all that glitters is not gold. Select the precious treasures that will further your spiritual growth and avoid the shiny objects that are empty of real value. That's what we were saying. It's making it seem like it's this nice big shiny thing, but it's void of real value. It's something else. It's a fake. Okay? And so they're just saying beware of the contracts that you sign, because there is some situation here that might try to trick you, okay, try to make you feel like something is much more valuable or important or valuable to you than it truly is, okay? But there is something coming in that is of real value, that is of real importance to you, okay? There is gold here, real creative desire and within the spiritual realm, okay? Something that is good for all, including you, including the universe, okay? But there's then also something here that's trying to trick you into it, trying to make it, it's like fool's gold, right? Okay. Know that the hoard does not belong to you. It belongs to our grandchildren. What is the inheritance that you wish to leave for tomorrow? What seeds are you planting that you will harvest in your old age when you are weary? What seeds will bear fruit after you are no longer here? The dragon guards the legacy of the future. All who come empty-handed or to fill only their own pockets with gold lie in a dusty heap of bones. You have been allowed entrance by a virtue of your kindness or your spiritual practice or sheer luck. Consider as well that your present this moment is the future to the dragon. You may be the one we have all been waiting for, so do not hesitate to take what bequest has been reserved for you since the beginning of time. This is the time to be bold. Do not delay or overthink. Remember to bring an offering for the dragon, lest it believe you are its lunch. A simple prayer will do. Okay, so with this disowned self, okay, this talks about parts of ourselves that are still insecure, especially parts of ourselves that we feel embarrassed of or rejected, okay? It's kind of that rejected part of ourselves, the disowned part of ourselves that we deem as unlovable, unworthy. So there may be a part of you that you are speaking to yourself like that you don't believe is worthy of having more than what you're being offered right now, or you don't believe you're worthy of having, all of the riches or the very thing that's on your heart, or this beautiful life, or this really, high position. There's a part of you that might not believe that you deserve, that you are the queen or king, that you are a really, really, really talented creator, okay? That you do have the skills and you have the talents and you have the abilities to literally do whatever it is you want and to accomplish way more than what you're being given now, or the position that you're in now, or what you're accepting, because what you're accepting right now is way less than you deserve. And it's being given to you like, oh, it's this great thing. It's this really valuable. You should be lucky that you're in this position, that you're doing this thing. And then you go, you know what, I should be lucky, even though I feel so overworked, even though I'm betraying myself because I'm allowing people to step all over me, I should be lucky. Okay, that's coming from an unhealed part of yourself that believes you are not worthy to have fairness, to be paid properly, or to have a higher position in which you have more respect and less work, which people can take advantage of you. You're like, oh, I can take it, or, I this is just part of it, and I'll put myself last so that other people can thrive, or whatever it is, whatever your justification is, it is coming from a place within yourself that believes that you aren't worthy of more, okay? It is time for new contracts to be written. And I want you to write a contract within yourself that I will no longer accept less than what I deserve. And what I deserve is the highest and most abundant, most respected positions and acceptance of treatment of other people. Okay, to me. I will no longer accept less than the absolute highest version of love and respect. Okay? These are the new spiritual contracts that you want to write to yourself and to the universe. That what I will be a part of now is for the highest good and no longer be tricked or coerced into accepting less, into putting myself in situations that only benefit a certain few and do not benefit the greater good as a whole. It is time to shift out of helping people who are selfish, people who are limited in their heart, in their mind. And now we are moving into a new space in which we are co-creating with the universe for the higher good. Please put me on that path to connecting myself to people and opportunities that are going to help me and the greater good as a whole. Okay, we're done playing small. We're done working or partnering up with people who are very selfish and are very limited. Okay, that is no more. We're protecting our future with this contract coming in. Okay, we are cutting the ties of any old contracts that don't fulfill us, that don't make us feel safe, heard, treated fairly. Okay, those are ending and we are beginning a new cycle. We are beginning a new cycle with new contracts to ourselves, not accepting anything less than the absolute highest form of love and respect. Okay, and that is what is best for the universe as a whole. So it's not selfish and it's not just you. This is for you and it's for the greater whole. Okay, and it begins with you. Okay. All right. So, yes, new birth, guarded vigilantly. You need to protect with the dragon, you need to protect yourself and your own future from people like this, from bosses like this, from whoever this is. Okay. You need to protect yourself. You're the only one who can. You're the only one who can do this. Okay. So you need to protect this little, child within yourself that feels walked all over, that feels unfair, that feels like bullied or picked on, and it's not okay. So we have to go forward. We have to make new contracts, new promises to ourselves, to guard ourselves, respect ourselves to the highest degree. Okay, we're going to read this out of the book as well before we go. And then you have Ostera, which is temperance, I believe. We have the 5 of Swords. And we have the 9 of Wands, 9 of Fire again. So we have that twice. So you've been through a lot, okay? You have struggled a lot. You have worked a lot. And I know you're tired, okay? Because I feel like, especially someone like you, their path is learning how to stand up for themselves and learning, because you can be a great leader. You have the potential to be a great leader, a great business owner, create something in this world of great meaning and value, okay? But you have to treat yourself as the queen with the highest respect, okay? And so you expect the highest treatment, all right? And so we are learning to alchemize everything we've been through, not to keep ourselves down, but to use it to uplift ourselves, to use it, everything that has happened, to protect ourselves going forward, okay? To almost like learning how to overcome a bit of naivety, a bit of like letting people walk all over us. It's like not okay. We wouldn't allow that with someone else, seeing that with someone else, so we shouldn't allow it with ourselves, okay? It is written in your path here. Okay, you are it's part of your destiny now. You're having a new birth, to wake up. Okay, to wake up to what's happening and to move into a new time in your life where we're no longer serving those who don't respect us, who don't value us, who are trying to sell us snake oil as some kind of miracle, right? It's giving you something fool's gold and telling you this is, the purest, finest gold in the world. It's like, why would you want to work with someone like that or be with someone like that who's telling you these things and literally tricking you? Right? So it's like, no more. Like, I'm respecting myself way too much now to accept that, to accept less. And I'm saying no. Okay, I'm standing up for myself and I'm saying no. I'm standing in my power, and I deserve so much more than that because I have a good heart and I work really hard, and I can put that effort into a project or into a career that's actually going to appreciate me, okay? Who's actually going to pay me what I'm worth, who's actually going to, help me and see me and work with me and make something of way better value. Okay, we need to use these things for the good and for people who are good and for causes that are good. Okay. All right, so we're going to read this out of the book before we go. All right. It says, in every creative process, in every birth, in every opening of a new cycle of life, there is a time of vulnerability. This vulnerability is natural and appropriate. It is the full learning to become steady on its legs. Those legs will become remarkably powerful in time, but the process of growth and maturity has to take place, and that requires some wobbly first attempts. It cannot be any other way. Within you, perhaps even below the level of your conscious awareness, there's a fresh new life emerging like a vibrant green shoot rising up from the earth. This new life is in need of your attention and your care. This could be a new relationship that needs tending with interest and kindness. It could be a new idea that you need to nurture into fullness because it's going to hold special purpose for your life path. It might be something within you, a new behavior, a new way of looking at yourself, or a new way of being in the world that you need to tend to until it becomes more natural for you to embody. This is most significantly so. Okay, we're not going to read that part because we have not pulled any other cards. Okay, we'll just read this little bit. You will not always need to cloak that which is young. Soon enough, it will be able to stand up for itself, but for now, your vigilance and care is most certainly required. Hug your ideas to yourself as though they were a new lover you cannot bear to share with another. In time, the world will be the lover receiving the love in your idea. From now, it is for you to love, for you to hold, and for you to observe. Only allow those proven to be trustworthy to support you in this, okay? Those who can handle the frequency or vibration of what you are seeking to nurture. Some may love you, but be frightened of what you are creating. Stay true to yourself and your creative power, and be wise as to whom you invite into your inner sanctum to witness this new life emerging. This oracle also brings particular guidance about keeping your inner sanctuary pure. This may be your room, a sacred place you visit, or your own body, into which you retreat into relaxation or meditation. Sometimes you will find that others have taken up residence in your sanctuary. Perhaps an argument that you cannot let go of has had another living in your head. A suffering that has not been acknowledged and released can feel like a big, old, dirty suitcase of emotional baggage cluttering up the temple space of your heart. It is time to focus on the purity, light, love, and compassion that dwells within you. Everything else will come and go, and that is just fine. But the purity within your sanctuary is eternal. You can come back to it to refresh your spirit and gain resources to help you deal with the rest of the world and even your own darker moments anew. It will give you the peace and spaciousness of mind you need to recognize the new life and to compassionately but firmly denounce any intrusion upon that new life by doubt, fear, or sabotage. Okay, so yeah. keep a space just for you, just for your own sanity, okay? And for this creation, for you to focus on something new that you want to create, or ideas or writings that you want to write down. Okay, these are very important for you moving forward. There is a new cycle, a new opportunity, a new beginning, okay, that needs your focus and that needs your time. It's going to be much better for you, okay? And so we might need to let go with something else, or let it fall away. And we are being asked to begin a new cycle with new contracts, okay? And there is new growth that wants to come in our lives that we are being asked to grow and to evolve into. And so just being gentle with yourself during this process, but also being firm within boundaries, okay? And standing up for yourself, and saying no, saying I need time to myself, saying I'm not going to take this on because it's not my job, or it's not my responsibility. I've done enough and I need some time. I need a break, okay? Whatever that looks like for you. Okay, pile number 1. That was your reading today. That was your open message from Spirit, and I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it resonated with you. Please let me know in the comments if it did. Also, let me know by giving me a thumbs up and subscribing to the channel so you don't miss another video. And excuse me, if you'd like to know more about your own situation, you can book a personal reading with me down in the description box, or an energy healing with me. Otherwise, I will see you in the next reading, pile 1. All of my love. Peace. Hello, pile number 2. Welcome to your reading. This is your open message from Spirit. So I really have no idea what subject matter is today, what they need to tell you, but we are going to dive in and find out. So I will begin by getting your first message from the deck that you were attracted to. And then after we get this first message, I will allow Spirit to guide me to your decks that we're going to use today. Then I'll do the shuffle process and lay them out and go from there. Okay, open message for my pile tubes. Okay, we have the bee. I'll show you that card. Bee. Okay. Are you going to take any more? There's going to be another one. Okay. So, and you got the bee and the bear. Okay. Bee and the bear. Sounds like a cute kid story. All right. So now I'm going to allow Spirit to guide me to the decks we're going to use today. All right. Let us begin. Both of these animals have something in common. They love honey. So, I mean, I'm not going to get ahead of myself here, but I definitely believe there's sweetness coming in here for you. Some kind of reward, some kind of, okay, we're going to take these. Yeah, the sweetness, the honey, the goal, the reward. And it's funny because these two animals are related in that way. Whereas the bees make the honey, but the bears enjoy the honey. Okay. Any more? It makes me wonder, because both animals hibernate in the winter. So I wonder if you feel like you've been in a state of hibernation, or maybe this goal has. We're gonna find out. Come on, Spirit, shake 'em loose. Let's go. This one? Okay, any more? Any more? That one. That's okay. They just told me what I was wondering by them showing me through the shuffle. Okay, it's felt like a lot of work, a lot of time spent, maybe taking action, toiling away, doing things without the outcome, without the income, without the reward, without the honey. All right, and so it's almost like you're switching from being the bee, from having to work so hard for everything without tasting it, without being able to really experience the sweetness, and now coming into the bear where you're getting to enjoy the fruits of your labor, getting to actually enjoy everything you've worked so hard for and prepared for. This is a deck that I created, by the way. It's called the Matchbox Tarot. It is for sale down below. It is, I made it collaging vintage and antique matchbox images from around the world, and shipping is included in that price, okay? So wherever you're at, that's the price. Okay. Okay. And last deck. The Maiden. Okay. All right, so I'm going to fill the table with as much as I can, and then if we have anything left over, we will do a secondary pull spread. Okay, so you have the Chariot. You know what? I'm going to do this. Two of Swords with Peace. You have Judgment with the Aeon. And we can see the snake eating its own tail there. Her reflection looks a lot different than what she looks like there. Okay. Again with the snake. So we have the Six of Swords with Science. Mercury. And we have the Two of Cups with Love. Okay. We have Release. Six of Swords again. So you have that twice now. I'm going to put that here. It's significant. We have the Eight of Pentacles. Eight of Swords. And we can fit this last one, the Moon. Okay, I'm going to save the rest of your cards for when we need them. Okay. Okay, so basically what I see here is you're basically moving into the next phase of your life. Okay, so with the Maiden is basically the youngest archetype of the female. Okay, it doesn't matter if you're male or female. It's just the basic energy, right? She's kind of naive, and doesn't even have to be naive. It's just she's learning, right? She's learning the most. It's kind of that phase before motherhood, okay, or before parenthood. And so, yeah, I feel like you've been really learning a lot. You've been overcoming a lot of your own obstacles, a lot of your own limiting beliefs or limiting circumstances that have been around you. And it hasn't been easy, okay? It's been difficult to look at these things, to deal with these things, or to try to master yourself or life. And I see you working really hard to get yourself past a certain point, or to get yourself into a better circumstance, or into, a more experienced career or place within what it is that you're working on or passionate about. Okay. And this is working. Okay. This is working. We have two cards of transition. You are in a big transition period of your life. Okay. Where you're leaving almost like a young part of yourself behind, and you have been working and training yourself for this. And I think this is basically letting you know that it's time for your graduation. It's time for a release of a death, a transformation, if you will, of your old life, of your old self, of, this past version of you. Because basically, I see you might physically be moving. We have 3 cards of travel, of movement. Okay, some of you could be physically moving. That doesn't mean for all of you. But yeah, for some it is. For others, it's just a transition, okay, of life. And that transition can look like transitioning into marriage, transitioning into a more serious relationship with someone, transitioning into motherhood, literally, transitioning into your next career move, okay, where you're getting that raise, or you're finally getting the job that you have been training for, working so hard for, interning for, going to school for. Okay, you're finally coming into union with something that you've been really, really trying to master, trying to work on yourself for, okay, but you are headed in that direction. I think there's a choice, okay? There is going to be a choice that comes into your world. It's going to bring you out of the slumber, out of the hibernation, out of the time of like working past your blockages, working past your self-limiting beliefs, working past maybe physical ailments, maybe working past financial blockages, or whatever certain circumstances, or maybe this is all, beliefs of I can't do it, or maybe this is like school, all these hurdles, right? It's we've been working through all these things. And I feel like you've been releasing a lot. You've been healing a lot. And finally, we see the sun coming out, okay? We're going to be able to taste the sweetness of all the things that we've been working on. We are now transitioning into the next form of ourselves. Okay? We see the snake twice. You're ending a major cycle in your life and you're beginning anew. Okay? And you're becoming anew. You are being prepared, and you have been being prepared for this next phase, this next cycle of your life in which you are up leveled. Your life is up leveled. Okay, you're moving into more peace. Six of Swords talks about moving into more peace, and then we have peace here with the Two of Swords. And the Two of Swords is always a choice, and usually it stands for indecision, but this card regards it as peace. Okay, feeling at peace with where you're at, maybe with this decision. Okay, feeling at peace that this decision now is having to be made, or feeling at peace with where you're at and now you're ready to fully commit to this new path, or fully commit to yourself in this, new form of where you want to go. Okay, it's like you're seeing yourself clearer now. You're seeing the path ahead clearer now. You're seeing who you want to become clearer. Okay, and what that entails, and what you have to do, and what you want to, be doing, and who you want to be doing it with. Okay, so it's like you're finally ready, because once we're at peace with it all, then it can move. And that's what's happening now. It's like we've gotten through the hardest parts of overcoming the difficulties and the healing, and maybe the hardest parts of ourselves, and the hardest parts of, our own past, or overcoming the pitfalls of, being young, right? So it's like we're trying things, and we're learning, and we're failing, and we're overcoming, and it's not an easy process, but very, very necessary, okay, to open. It was like there were certain doors that were closed, or certain pathways that were closed. It's because we weren't ready to go down them yet, all right? And so we were forced into this space to work things out, okay, to work things through, to get ourselves prepared, okay, and basically like have to look at what was there for us to overcome, to heal, that was going to stop us, okay, that wasn't allowing us to move forward, because we weren't ready to transition. There was just things there that we needed to learn. All right, and so we were put into this hibernation to see, okay, what are my fears, or what are my traumas, what are my pitfalls, basically, or where am I still immature, or where am I still inexperienced, okay? And so you've really done a lot of transforming as a person. And this doesn't mean that you have to be like 20 years old, okay? This just means in whatever next stage you're going to, you could already be a mother, okay? Maybe you're going into that the grandmother stage, and maybe you've been a mother for a while, and you're just heading into the next up leveling of your soul. It's just the energy translated for your own, situation. But it's like, I'm seeing here, it's like a playground that's kind of enclosed with barbed wire. It's finally being at peace with where we're at, and why we've had to be here, why we've been maybe trapped here, feeling trapped, right? Like put here, right? And all we wanted to do this whole time is escape, is leave, is move on, is start our lives, or start this thing in the way that we want it, or in the new way, right? I want to get past this childhood stage. I want to get past this immature or this inexperienced stage, and I just want to get right to being experienced, being the person who can handle this, having the marriage or having the kids or having the house or having this big career or having this big business, right? But it was, so we were put here. I don't want to say trapped because it felt that way, but it wasn't the real truth. We were put here, unable to leave, so that we were forced to look and work on ourselves to the core, to release all of the pain, all of the darkness, all of the sadness, okay, that was there. Because if we weren't put here to do this, okay, we would have bypassed it all, and it would have manifested and come up and ruined other things down our path, okay? Would have ruined our marriage, or it would have ruined our kids' lives in some way. It would have hurt them, right? It would have came through our career, and maybe that would have fallen apart. All right, so, and it's not to say these things will never, they'll never be difficult, okay? Or there'll never be something else that comes up, and we're going to screw things up. That is life, okay? But there were major things here that were being heavy, okay? That were needing your attention. And so we were forced into this place to clear the past, to clear any immaturity, any naivety, okay? Any inexperience, and just maybe traumas from our childhood. Things that we weren't ready. We weren't quite ready yet to move on, even though we felt we were, and we wanted to. We wanted the honey, right? We wanted the sweetness. But finally, so you were put here and you found peace in this place, even though you felt a lot of the time trapped. Okay, you felt trapped, and you're like, well, I'm here, I'm going to do the work. Okay, so I did the work. I found peace in this place, even though for so long I rejected being here. I wanted nothing more than to move on and move past and get this other thing started, or get this, start my life in some way or another. And now, because we have found peace and we did the work, we did what we were supposed to do in this space. That's why it was keeping us there, okay? To look at all the subconscious things that needed to be looked at, okay? That would have sabotaged us in some future aspect, okay? So now we're ready to move, baby. Now we're ready to move out of this place of suspension, okay? We're ready to move on. The kundalini is rising. You, with judgment, okay? You are ready for your up-leveling. You are ready to transition to the next phase of your life. All right? So, look, she has a bag packed. It's like literally like, get your bags packed. Get ready, because you're about to experience the sweetness of all of the work that you've been putting in. You are about to come into union with the very thing that you've been wanting so badly and doing all of this work for. Okay, you're moving into a more peaceful time. You're moving into union with things and people that are for you, that feel good, the right career, the right purpose, okay, the right person, right? Getting to move up into the next level of this career, of this relationship, of your life as a whole. Honestly, as a whole, it's time for you to graduate into the next level. Okay, big transformations for you guys happening. I'm just gonna take a sip of my drink here. All right, we're gonna get the next cards out for you guys. Yeah, transformations all over your reading. We got the lotus flower. We got 2 snakes. It's all over here. We have release. We have 2 cards of transition, okay? We have the chariot. You're moving. You're transitioning. You are moving on from this stage, okay? So don't worry. This is happening, okay? The transition, it's here. The peace has come. And because the peace has come, you can now move. You can now move. You're now ready to take on this next phase, Okay, you have graduated, you are graduating, you are transforming into the next version of yourself, and life is going to transform with you. What it looks like, what it feels like. Okay? All right, so we have the King of Swords with control. The King of Pentacles with abundance. Very nice. Wow. Talk about leveling up and graduating. Wow, you have the High Priestess. Okay. We have the Lovers. Look at that. For sale. We got a new house. They're looking for a new house. Okay. We have Mindful. Groupthink. Look at that image. That's stunning. I'm going to this is like a dreamscape. This is beautiful. I'm going to read this one out of the book. I've never come across this one before. So, we'll get all the cards out and then I'll take a look. All right, we have Four of Wands. Oh my gosh, pile 2. Good on ya. It's exciting. Okay. Six of Pentacles. Beautiful energy, pile 2. And finally, King of Cups. Oh my goodness. King, king, king. So, wow. I'm going to put him over here. You are graduating. It's like you're skipping a step. It's like the work that you've done, you're going all the way to the top. You don't have to do the middle phase or the middle step. It's like you're going to be almost like it's like you're skipping a grade. Okay. You've really done the most and done the best with the time that you were given. And you really proved yourself. You really showed yourself to you, and you showed spirit that, look, I got this. You matured like way, I think you surpassed any expectations. Okay. And now you're seen as this master. Okay. You are this master. And it's funny because the only king missing here is the King of Wands. So I really believe that it's like you've mastered your self-control, like your thoughts and your manifestations and your emotions. Okay. And so this next part of life is really going to work on your passion for life. It's really going to feel more exciting. Okay. It's going to feel very, very stable. It's probably going to include a lot of big life changes, what you're going to be going through coming up. So like we said, it's elevating in your relationships. So that might be moving in together, buying a house together, getting married, getting engaged, having a kid, okay? Or having more kids, right? It's the next elevation of that, moving or renovating your house. It's an upgrade, okay? There's going to be upgrades happening to you and to your life, and to your career, to your life in general, okay? You have really come into divine union with your higher self, okay? You are now in, I think, the collective conscious, like it's like you have a very direct line to that part of yourself, to that part of spirit, okay? And you're going to find you are now, Four of Wands talks about celebration, marriage, stability, coming into a community, groupthink, community. It's like if you physically are moving somewhere or you're going into a different career or just a space, okay, starting something new, these people, this community are going to be your people, okay? They're going to feel this is your soul group, okay? You're finally able to come out of this time, of this old, of maybe feeling alone or feeling misunderstood. And you're coming finally into other people who feel like you, okay? Who are just as wondrous and beautiful, okay, as you. And everything is now going to start working easier. It's going to be more balanced. So the things that you work on, the things that you put out there, the things, even in just your interactions with people, they're going to give you back more than you've ever experienced. Okay, so people, your conversations are going to be more in depth. They're going to give you information more often than not. Okay, they're going to be a well reciprocated back and forth, a well reciprocated. Oh my, reciprocated relationships, and period. And also in what you do, you're going to start receiving more income for the work that you put in and put out. You're coming into greater abundance, okay, greater love, greater connection. You are deepening in your own spiritual self, in your own spiritual powers, okay? You are reaching a new level of enlightenment, okay, of awareness. You are entering a new space of awareness, a new depth of self, okay, where you really are controlling the thoughts in your mind, and you can you'll find it very easy to manifest and manipulate the physical world, because all this work that you've been doing has made you master of your mind. Okay, being master of your mind, you can use that and focus that to create a very comfortable, beautiful, bountiful life for yourself, okay, and others, which is going to really help this new space that you're going into and this new community. And these are other people who are also masters of their mind, okay, and doing the same type of work as you. Okay, you guys can really bounce off each other, and it's going to be beautiful, and create bigger and better ideas and bigger and better spaces, okay, that are going to feel amazing and limitless, okay? I'm going to read this out of the book here. Okay. Keeping a clear mind, hurtful thoughts, groupthink. The human mind can be so many things. A prison, okay, a latrine, a circus, a temple, a cave. Look, the cave, wow, we have almost it all here. It can be a place of restriction or a place of never-ending expansion. Right now, be careful of where you wander in your mind. The quality of your thoughts is key, as you're in fertile time for full manifestation. You want to ensure that the seeds you plant will sprout and flourish into the life you seek to grow. Being mindful not to scatter weeds. Ooh, that's good. It's easy to be influenced by others right now too, especially in our digital age. It's hard to protect yourself from the energy and the sheer amount of information bombarding you 24/7. If you allow all the fear and uncertainty to pollute your mind and emotions, you will fill yourself up with this negativity and then see more of it in the outer world. Stay out of gossip and other forms of groupthink, for when you cut another person down to their level due to their perceived mistakes or limit them by your envy, you activate lack for yourself. So fill yourself with thoughts of plenty. Imagine your universe unfettered by scarcity and alive with abundant hope and goodness. Be mindful of what your mind is full of and keep the faith. Good brings more good. Love, more love. Gratitude, more things to be grateful for. Beautiful. I love that. And so, yeah, I think those are the things that you have been learning, and therefore that's why you're graduating. But it's still, during these times of transition, keep it going. Like, don't just give up and say, oh, I've got there. Keep it up, keep it going. And you're literally being brought. Make sure your mind is that beautiful place of where you want it to go. In the house, you know, if it's a house, right? Imagine the house and all the rooms and where it is, where the plot of land is, you know, all of the things that you want. Be picturing it. Be picturing the beautiful relationship, the supportiveness, right? Don't, if you go to the fear, it's okay, but switch it with the thought that you want, okay? Don't just let your mind run loose on you, okay? Make your mind a peaceful place, okay? With thoughts that you want, with the abundance that you want, with the life that you want. And you are being brought to this, okay? It's going to start showing evidently for you, okay? You are being brought to other people who are less gossipy, okay? Maybe if you're you are moving into more peace, and it's going to be easier for you to keep your thoughts in a good space. Okay. And plus, you're going to have more abundance here. You're going to be building things easier, okay, for yourself. And so it's going to be easier for you to control your thoughts and control your emotions. But before you get there, and while you're there too, it's important to keep these things going, okay, and connect in with yourself through meditation to make sure that your thoughts are always of the highest quality. Okay, being very observant of your subconscious mind and the tapes that it's running, basically. Okay. Because we are going into a space of more direct reciprocity. So I'm also getting, let's say, if you let negative thoughts run too rampant in your mind, you'll start seeing the negative outcomes quicker. Okay, you'll start seeing you'll trip right away. You'll get a negative interaction right away, right? So you're going to see the direct effect of your thoughts more quickly going into this new space, into this new transition, into this new place of being, okay? Because you are being trusted with this, you are stepping up into a master role. And so it's going to be more clear, more direct. Oh, okay, I got to clean it up because this, I could see things starting to turn into chaos around me, or things are not working out, right? It's like, I need to clean up my thoughts. I need to get a hold of where I'm allowing my thoughts to roam. Okay. So there are big changes and transitions and up levelings happening in your life. And so keep your thoughts good. Keep your thoughts filled with faith, hope, the goodness, all the things that you want, because you are truly manifesting at a very powerful rate right now. And it's a very important time because you are transitioning into a new world. And so you want it to be the best. So keep your thoughts on the best, on exactly what it is you want, and really be strict with yourself and disciplined with yourself with these thoughts. Okay. Catch yourself, be very observant. Okay. So that you don't allow too many weeds, like they said. Okay. All right, pile number 2, that was your reading today. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you found something helpful. I loved it. I thought this was super cool. Please let me know, what stage of this are you at? Are you moving on already? Do you know about this? Have you already started coming out of this kind of hibernation stage? Let me know. Yeah, and please let me know if you like this also by giving me a thumbs up, subscribing to the channel so you never miss another reading. And if you'd like to know more about your own situation, you can book a personal reading or an energy healing with me down in the description box. Otherwise, I will see you in the next reading, pile 2. All of my love. Peace. Hello, pile 3. Welcome to your reading. This is your open message from Spirit. Okay, I don't know what we're going to be talking about today, but we're going to find out together. All right, so I'm just going to start with the deck that you chose. We're going to get a card or a couple cards. We'll see from this. Then I'm going to allow Spirit to guide me to the other decks we're going to use in your reading today. I'll shuffle those and then we will begin. Okay, you got the Feihu rune. All right. Very good. Any others? Nope, that's it. Okay, so we will begin with, I'm going to be guided now to your decks. Okay. Okay, I think there is another one actually. Guided me back. Ooh. Okay. All of these. So a lot of runes. A lot of runes. Okay. So you have Othala. You have the Algiz. Algiz? I don't know how to pronounce that. You have the Yera rune and you have Daga's rune. This is going to be intense. This is a lot of runes. It's like a lot of energy. Okay. So with that being said, I'm going to get the rest of your decks out here before I begin. Okay, that's it. All right. Sorry, there's one more. It's weird. There's a lot of like stop and go. A lot of, I thought I was done, and there's more to do. There's more to look at. There's more to get. This is going to be a big message. You guys definitely have probably the biggest message, I'd say. Okay. Yeah, a lot of these. And then it's like nothing, 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 boom. I'm getting the message of like, yeah, you've been through like a big transformative time, maybe a time of suspension with the cocoon, like reminds me of the hangman. Transforming, learning, growing in a lot of this, oh, I think I'm good, and then, oh, I have to go back in and heal something else or learn something else. But honestly, I think it's because you have more, or are we done? We're done. You have such a big manifestation coming in, and you have such a big purpose, and I think that's coming in now. It's like, okay. Yeah. Okay. Sorry, I'm just going to get all of these before we begin. And then begin. But you're getting some kind of really big new beginning where it's like, it's definitely has to do with your abundance and receiving something huge. Okay, but this is like, I feel like it's like it's a new house. It's gonna create a more stable home environment. It's your career is growing, or your business is growing, and it's affecting so many other things in your life, where your home's gonna get more stable and bigger, and a bigger place, more comfortable. And it's like everything you touch is going to be successful and make you money. It's like you're literally, everything that you've gone through and waited for was for a good reason, because you're literally, it's that big. And so it had to take its time with coming through and coming through you. And you had to become, your vibration had to become a match to this. And because it's so big and grand and beautiful, okay, you really had to spend a lot of time in the cocoon. Okay, so this is the deck that I created. It's called the Matchbox Tarot. It is for sale down below. I created it using vintage and antique Matchbox images. I collaged them. Are we done? Not done, done, not done. And yeah, the price includes shipping, okay? So I'm gonna put out as many as I can fit, and then we'll save the rest for another. I'll spread it out on top after. The High Priestess. Yeah. The Public Defender. This is the Queen of Wands. Expansion. Beautiful. Impatience. Okay, blue, throat chakra. Trickery. Confusion. What's been going on here? Brilliant beliefs, luminous life force, personal power, and twin flames, soul partner, eternal connection. Okay. Okay, so first of all, what I'm seeing is you're going through so many shifts. Okay, you're going through a major transformation in who you are, and your outer world is going through a huge transformation. Okay, you are coming out of the cocoon, out of the time of confusion, okay, of cloudedness, of not being able to see ahead, but also you have guidance of, if you're still in that confusion, to it's okay. You don't have to know all the answers, that it will clear when it's time. Okay, you right now, all you're guided to do is just to rest and meditate and kind of be where you're at in the faith, and knowing that you are protected. Public defender, okay, you are protected with the stag here as well as protection. Your dreams are protected. Your outcome, your manifestation, your wealth and fortune are happening for you, okay? This stability, family, okay? You are coming into union with your twin flame, with your soul partners, with your soul connections, okay? You are really stepping into your power, okay? And you don't have to know everything before you get there. You don't have to understand everything in this time. It's a lot happening and a lot transforming. And it's okay to walk in confusion. It's okay to kind of, not have all of the answers. all right, you can just stay solid in where you're at in this kind of in between until all of the shifts happen, because there's a lot of moving parts to this. Okay, so it's easy if you try to figure it out to get caught up in confusion. Okay, also in trickery. Okay, because this card talks about, and we see it here with impatience as well. It's like if we get impatient, we can fall into trickery because we want something to happen so bad. This man wants the sun to rise so bad that he puts a fake one in the sky, right? That ends up blocking the real sun. Okay. This squirrel wants this dragon's nut so bad, and so he fills a basket filled with nuts rocks. So he tricks him into thinking these are nuts. He then gives it to him, and the dragon gives him the big nut in exchange. But since he was doing it for a contest, but since he didn't find it on his own, he got disqualified. And then so they were both trying to trick each other, and they both lost at the end of the day. Okay, I'm sorry if I explained that very confusingly. So basically, they're just saying if you try to manipulate the situation to happen sooner, or to get through this sooner, like before it's naturally time, like a butterfly, you could damage a butterfly if you help it get out of the cocoon. If you take any shortcuts, basically, you won't get the fullness of this transformation, of this experience, of this manifestation. Okay? And so they're saying, just sit tight, just have faith. Okay, all you need to do right now is rest. All you need to do right now is just sit in where you're at, relax, and enjoy yourself as much as possible. Sit with yourself, meditate, just go through it, okay? Because you are truly protected. Okay, we are defending your right for this life, for this manifestation, because it is your right. Okay, it is justly yours, and we are fighting for you. We are on your side. We are helping guide you, and we're here with you even through the confusion. So try not to be impatient, because it could allow you to fall into trickery, and that could even be trickery of your mind. You could make a move too quickly. You could force, if it feels forceful and you're coming from a place of, I got to do this or I'll lose it, that's the wrong energy, okay? It's going to clear up on its own. You're going to see so clearly when it's ready. There won't be any confusion at all. It's going to be so clear. You'll see the path ahead. You'll see exactly where you're going, or exactly the move you have to make. Okay? You'll know what to do, this card. They go, how do you know which color to paint the sky? And they say, you'll know when you get there. You'll know when you see it. Okay? So that's your guidance. You'll know when it's time. You'll know when you see it. You'll know when it's there in front of you. This is it, or this is the time. This is the moment. This is the step. This is the beginning. This is my move. Okay? You have to, look, we have a lot of tigers here. And look, yeah, it's like stand in your strength, stand in your power, stand in your faith. You have a lot of guidance and protection around you and around this dream. Okay, bringing you into your connections, bringing you into your wealth and your fortune and your abundance, okay, and a solid home, a solid family. Okay, this is protected for you. You don't have to worry, you don't have to rush anything, and you don't have to feel so kind of in despair of the confusion of not knowing the answers. You're not meant to know until you are, and you won't have to question it, and you won't have to, satisfy yourself with fake things in the meantime, or like, doing those things will only diminish the real thing. And that's like, trying to find an example here. It's like, don't settle for less, because we're really trying to give you the whole thing. Like, let's say you're like, okay, I want my dream house. This is just an easy example. I want my dream house, and I want it to have a 2-car garage, and I want to have an acre of land, and I want 3 bedrooms. And then something comes along, because you're impatient, something comes along, is like, hey, right now you can get this house. It's, it's only, there's no garage. It's, it's a 1/4 acre. It's got 2 bedrooms. It's not what you wanted, but you're so impatient because you're like, when is it going to happen? I'm just lost and confused. Is it ever going to happen? And so don't accept less, okay? Because you're not getting less. Your dream is protected here. We're protected it for you. It is here for you. We are moving you to exactly what it is you want, more than what you thought you could get or wanted, okay? You'll know when you see it. You'll know, okay, this is it. This is the time, or this is the place. This is the thing. It's going to be easy. It's going to click. You don't have to force anything. It's not going to be made when you're like out of options, or when you're being impatient and you're like, I just have to move now. I'll lose it. I'll lose this opportunity if I don't move now, even though it's not what I wanted. It's going to be a moment where you're like, this is the one. This is the day. This is the opportunity. Okay? It's going to be so clear to you. And so they just want you to relax and get connected with yourself, so you don't get so caught up in the confusion and the impatience of it all, and wanting it to, just questioning and losing your faith. Okay? We want you to just stay in faith and relaxation, and you'll know when you know. Okay, you'll know when it's here. There's a lot of moving parts, and so we want it to be exactly right. Okay, so we're here with you. You can connect with us. Don't fall for trickery because you're impatient. Don't fall for less or accept less than what you wanted, because we're giving you what you want. Okay, we're giving you exactly what you want, and probably, I think it's even going to be better than you thought, but you're going to know, okay, this is the one. Okay. The stone, exactly, dude. Exactly. The stone talks about like it's a sure thing. It's protected. It's here. It's permanent. It's reliable. It's stable. And we have that so many times. You can rely on this. It's here for you to stay. You do not have to question if it's going to happen for you, or if you're going to lose it, or if you're going to miss it. You're not going to miss it. You're not going to bypass it. You're not going to do something that's going to mess this up. Okay? The only thing you can do to mess this up is if you get too impatient and you accept less in the moment, okay? They're like, please, you will know when it is the thing. It will be everything you wanted, okay? It'll feel right, and it is here for you to stay. It is reliable. It is the stone. Okay, it is the stability. Otter, oyster, yes, and the rabbit. So yeah, so they're basically saying, even though rabbits do represent abundance and fertility, and we have that all over your reading, so we want to have the stable home for you to maybe build the family or expand your family, your relationship, your career. Okay, there's a lot of expansion, a lot of fertility and growth happening here. But they're saying the rabbit in this deck represents overthinking. Okay, so they're like, we want you to be calm and knowing this is happening for you. Don't let your racing thoughts make you act out of a place of fear. Okay, because only then things, it might not get totally ruined for you, but it'll take a longer way, or it'll create bumps in the road that don't need to be there. Okay, we want you to be more childlike and having fun, relaxing during this process. Okay, make it light. This is supposed to be light. You're not supposed to get so lost in the confusion, just accepting of kind of in this liminal space for now, but with the faith that it's all getting worked out for you, because it truly, truly is. The oyster, it's like it's the little irritant, right, that creates a pearl, and that's what's been happening. And so I know you've been in that kind of closed shell, that kind of cocoon for a long time. And so you're impatient to come out. You just want it to be here. You want to be in that space, right? But it is happening, and it's going to be bigger and more beautiful than you ever imagined. And so you just want it to be right. You want it to open naturally, right? When it's ready, okay? When it's in its fullest and its most beautiful and its most brilliant. Okay, so allow this process to happen. And this is going to be a real test for you, okay, to just allow yourself to just relax and be in this in between until it is clear as day. And you'll know when it is clear, baby. You'll see everything. You'll know the time is right. It'll be easy. It'll flow. Okay, you won't have to force. You won't have to fight. You won't have to argue. Okay. King of Swords. This is the Knight of Cups. Or no, this is, sorry, the Page of Cups. King of Cups. Four of Cups. Six of Pentacles. Nine of Wands. And the Ace of Pentacles. Yeah, basically they're saying it's going to be so clear to you when it's time for this new beginning to start. And so just take this time to do as much self-reflection, sitting in meditation, sitting in rest as you possibly can, okay? Because pretty soon you're stepping into a much more fulfilling role, okay? Where you're gonna have a lot more fun, you're gonna have a lot more lightness in your life and a lot more trust and a lot more fellow souls, twin flames around you. Maybe that's within your own children or within friendships, within your partnership, within, you know, your career and who you work with. Okay. Yeah, so they're saying just be present with it because there is a big blessing coming in and it's going to be very clear. Okay. What's this do say? Yeah, they're basically just telling you to stay balanced. Stay balanced. Stay balanced during this time, because if you allow yourself to go into the trickery, right, or accepting less because you're impatient, or, you know, accepting something that isn't quite it, okay, that's the only thing that will not allow you to go down this new path or will stop you, will put you in this kind of dark space for longer, okay? We want you to be ready. We want you to be, you know, here and open for when this blessing presents itself, for when, you know, the opportunity to go to this highest path presents itself. Okay, there is a very beautiful new beginning here that is assured, that is protected, that is of the physical, that's going to upgrade your life in a big, big way. And I think in many, many ways, with all of these runes, we have a rune of home and family, of stability within that space. We have fortune, wealth, prosperity. We have protection. Okay. We have more, manifestation and fertility. Okay, so there's so much that wants to grow and prosper in your life and come in. And so we have to stay in this open, balanced space so that when it presents itself, we're ready to just go in. Okay, and we're in the highest vibe possible, and we're ready. Okay, because they're saying it's assured. You're going there. You'll have the clarity when it's here. Okay, so it's like you don't have to be so, or I guess that's not the best way to say it, but it's like we know you've been through so much, and we know this is a hard process, and you're at the end, so you're feeling that, you just want it to be over, and it is coming to an end. You are literally, you'll be here so soon. But we want you to just take this time and be with yourself, and go and look within, and just use this time to really dive deep into the self. Okay? That's it. We just want you to use this time to dive deep, because you'll know when it's time. It'll be clear as day, and you'll be ready. Okay, because you are up leveling to such a degree. Okay, and so we want to just let go of all of these things that might still be there, little things. Okay, because you're about to start something new and fresh, and there's going to be a lot of growing and a lot of learning and a lot of new things happening. And so rest while you can, because there's going to be a lot of action, okay, being taken on your part coming up. Exactly. Eye of the needle, intentionality, laser-like focus on the goal. And we have vanishing mirror, ego sublimation. We see that same reflection. Okay. Six of Swords. Queen of Pentacles. The Chariot, and the Eight of Swords. I'm just going to put these two together like this. They're just saying stay focused on what it is that you want, and stay focused on going within and doing as much inner work as you can in this space, because once you start moving, okay, there's going to be a lot to do. Okay, there's going to be a lot of action, there's going to be a lot of building, a lot of newness. Okay, and so they're basically saying right now is the time to be as focused as you possibly can. You're going through a big ego death, a big change. Okay, and I think you are not going to be the same after this. All right, but you have to stay disciplined. You might have to watch pile 2 as well. There's probably a message in there for you, definitely. But stay as focused as you can upon your goal, upon upon your spiritual work, going within, letting go anything that is not fitting in this new reality that you are stepping into. Any belief that is not of the highest degree, okay? That you are really coming into a large manifestation in many forms, in many areas of your life. And so your reflection, I think, is going to be completely stripped away. Like, you're going to be completely new. Your life's going to be completely new. You might not have any reference points going in. And so they're basically saying you need to let go as much as possible before you can fit into the eye of the needle, before you can even, pass through this. And I think you're almost there. I mean, you're almost there. You're so close. Okay, so they're just saying don't get lost in it all. Stay focused. Stay focused on the goal, because you're so close. The old life is shattering, the old self is shattering, okay? And it's going to be replaced with a whole new reflection. And it's going to reflect this new version of you, okay? We are sowing it, we are working on it, and we need you to be laser-like focused, okay? Because we are moving you above a lot of danger, a lot of, treachery, we are bypassing, okay, you to a more peaceful time, to a more abundant time where you feel in your power, okay? We are moving you away from isolation, from stuckness, from feeling, like you're on this maybe lonely spiritual path. The way that I put this card is like it's almost like a hermit, right? But it's like a monk who puts himself in isolation to look within, right? He forces himself into a space of limitation, okay, so that he is forced to look at himself. And that is the situation that you've been in. You've been forced into a place, okay, of limitation so that you can look within yourself, in the ego, okay, and see what is stopping you from fully embodying your highest self, from realizing self as the one, okay, and maybe stopping your manifestations. So all these beliefs, all these systems, all these conditionings that have been put within our minds, okay, that may limit our outer world and limit ourselves into what we believe is possible. So we have been letting go and learning. And so I know you're tired. I know you want to come down off this mountain, and you are. You are, okay? But you have to make sure you've already gone on this long, and you don't want to get off this mountain when you're this close to having everything you want. And by you stepping off, you get less than what the universe is trying to make happen for you. They're saying you will know when the time is right to get off the mountain. You won't have to think about it. You'll just start going, okay? And we are transitioning you. We are moving you into a better time, into a better space, into a more prosperous and full and abundant time of your life. Okay, things are going to be easier and more supportive, and people are going to be kinder, more like you. You won't feel so left out of the group or on your own, or separated or different. Okay, you're moving you into more a better community, a better place. Okay, a better space where you can be yourself and you can embody your highest self. And you won't have to hide, or you won't have to, you won't have to do all of this really extreme stuff anymore. It's going to just be your life now. It's not going to be this really intense discipline anymore. But while you're here, you stay here until it is ready. Until it is ready. Do not force the energy to move before it is ready. Because there are still things about your ego, about this past life, that needs to be shattered. And so keep that laser-like focus, okay? Keep going within, keep meditating until the time is here, and you'll know, okay? I'm sorry, I know I've been repeating that a lot, but that's like the message. It's so important, okay? And you don't have to think about it. It'll just be time. Okay, you'll know when you know, you know, you know what I'm saying? You know when you know, okay? So your advice, meditate, go within, get as much cleared as you can while you're in this space. Once you start moving, there's going to be a lot going on and a lot to do, okay? And so you're giving this time to rest, to get rid of all of the things that we need to in order to fit into this new space, into this new portal. Okay? All right, pile number 3. That was your reading today. What a fabulous and interesting reading. I loved it so much. Let me know if you enjoyed this reading in the comments. Love to hear from you guys. And also let me know by giving me a thumbs up, subscribing to the channel so you never miss another reading. And if you'd like to know more about your own situation or receive an energy healing, you can do so down in the description box. Otherwise, I will see you in the next reading, pile 3. All of my love. Peace.